Viewer discretion is advised, but let's be honest, y'all curse anyways. Yeah, it's good. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Rising Rock podcast and enjoy.
All right, welcome to the Rising Rush podcast, where we talk everything Dragon Ball Legends related, such as news, meta, hot takes, you name it. I'm your host, A-Town, along with our co-hosts, Obsto, Desla, and Glow. And we're going to get started within the weekly update of April 10th of 2024. We're in a special time right now. It's the 100 million user celebration that is currently live, and it's going to be going through the 10th of May. And probably from that, we'll start to count down from the 6-year anniversary. So super excited for that. We also got some new Chrono Crystal sales with the new material, the full boost arts cores. Those are going to be up until the 10th of May as well. We've got some returning banners such as the limited rising of Father-Son Bond featuring Goku Bardock. That's going to be going on until the 24th of April. We also have the Ultra Rising, the legendary Super Saiyan returns, which is featuring the Ultra Brawly. That's also going to be available until the 20th of April. We've got brand new ultimate equipment for the Omen UI, the purple one. His plat is available. I'm going to finish this right now. We've also got Feetku Zenkai. He is also in the game. We'll take a couple moments to break down his kit and see if it's meta relevant or not. PvP also reset with its theme Supreme Thanks Duel to kick off the 100 million user celebration. We've got the Gold Rush. That's also live through the 17th. So if you need some additional Zenny in the game, by all means go for that. We've got the Adventures that has also reset with the 100 million user celebration themed. That's also going to be going on through the 10th of May as well. Tournament of Power has also reset. And that pretty much summarizes this week's update. So we'll probably get more as time progresses. And again, as a reminder, we're also in the Saiyan Saga campaign. So we'll also see some additional news and new units relevant to that saga. But let's go ahead and talk about our meta conversations, which is revolving around this Feetku. So he was just added to the game as of yesterday. From what I've seen from other people's comments in the community, he seems to be like a really good support. Other than that, it seems like he's just mid. So we'll go ahead and start off with you, Obsto. Have you seen any impact in the meta by, playing since the PvP reset? Or have you seen any showcases regarding on this unit yet?
I've ran into a Feetku very, very early on into the season, and he got one shot by a very old tag droids.
Oh, God. Color neutral?
Not neutral, but advantage.
Hmm.
Still, tag droids are old as shit. They should not have done that to a brand new Zenkai.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
But overall, I think Feetku is going to be he's an okay Zenkai. You can use him. He's gonna find use as just a dedicated support role somewhere. But he's not immensely valuable that you're gonna really want to pine for him.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's especially with just how the meta is revolving now. We need a blue that's going to shut down Super 17. And maybe this Fiku is the start from allowing more blues to deal with Super 17. This could be, a premonition of a chain of events that's going to result to his downfall. But even then, he's not going to stop Super 17's combo. So if he's left in for too long, he might just get waxed up. I mean, is he tanking well besides getting one shot, or is that the only time you've seen him?
I mean, actually, running into him in PvP, that's the only time I saw him. But in showcases, he can tank pretty well. He as a Zenkai would, because they have decent stats.
Decent as in fully maxed out. They're sitting at 200 plus defenses. My gosh. Well, looking at the rest of his kit, though, everything seems to be pretty standard of what you would see out of a 1% sparking with the draw card art speed, the damage inflict, etc. So, but I mean, outside of that, in a ranking from 1 to 5, 5 being you gotta run him and 1 being complete utter garbage, what would you rate this Feetku?
He's all right. You can, like I said, you can use him. He's not gonna hold you back from anything, but he's not gonna be the best thing in the world.
So about a 3?
Probably, yeah.
What about
He's not like awful.
Yeah, he doesn't seem awful. To make it to the core, unless your support is like straight up cracked, I feel like you gotta be like the cream of the crop to contend with like god ranked players and such. But maybe you can be successful with him. I don't know. What do you think, Desla? Do you feel like this Feetku is gonna make an impact, or what do you think of his overall kit off of his initial impression?
For me personally, in terms of just initial, I guess, first time seeing him in action and all that, I'll be real with you. The guy has no home, just
Mm,
straight up.
no
Like
home.
USB is just infinitely superior to him in every way. Why would you use Fiku over him? There's no
Yeah.
reason. On top of that, like the only place he really can be ran for an argument, quote unquote, is Saiyans, and Saiyans sucks ass right now. So not really good. Good spot for him to be in. Offer it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you'd think on paper that 60% support, even though it's temporary, would be pretty good. But I mean, I don't know. Just in general, like his kit is just very not impressive, to be honest. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like
Just
good
mid.
enough, I guess. I don't know. Not mid in the sense of what like like teens use as mid nowadays. It's like the actual literal definition of mid. That is what I would say he is.
So he's not mid as in bad, but he's mid as like he's okay. Like,
Yeah,
you
pretty
can run
much.
him. Okay.
He's inoffensive.
That makes sense. But I mean, for this damage output, have you seen any showcases or used him or ran into him at all?
I mean, I've run into a couple of them that obviously haven't been done yet, so I'm gonna save like conclusive judgment for when I actually run into like Z7, people using them or whatever. But as for where I stand with him damage wise, just based off what I've seen in showcases and like here and there from like
Mm-hmm.
we're bumping into him here and there from like the first day or so of like the actual season resetting, he can do damage more than you'd expect for a support to do, but like so can most other top meta units.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. Like he's just not necessary. Like I don't know how else to put it, honestly. But
I mean,
yeah.
I think you put it pretty well. Like, he's good, but he's not a necessity to run.
Like don't get me wrong. If you don't have USB, fantastic secondary option. I have no qualms with doing that. But if you have USB, why?
yeah. And he can even buff USB because he buffs Saiyan Saga as
God,
his
I hate these
Zenkai.
fucking devs, bro.
Don't
Like,
buff
dude,
USB.
the moment that I saw those data mines come out and he buffed fucking Saiyan Saga, I literally just threw my hands in the air. I'm like, dude, I fucking give up. Like, oh my
That's 100%
god.
on you. That's 100% on you. We all saw it coming. I don't know why you saw differently.
Dude, at this point, man, like I at least had like a resemblance of faith that they at least like I don't know, look at the past and see, you know, trying to make these Saga teams just don't work. Let's like maybe not do that again. But
Oh, it's 100. I'm telling you right now, it 100% has nothing to do with making the Saga team work. What the thing they don't want to do is they don't like to make Saiyan Zenkai benches. We saw what happened with the OG Saiyan meta with Riku, Halo, and Namek Goku. Like they are like Saiyan bench is probably the most like versatile bench in the game, and they don't want that to exist. That's
Damn.
why they're actively avoiding like say just a Saiyan bench.
yeah, they made that pretty clear.
They literally said
I
never again.
oh my god, I don't.
I'll tell you right now, like
Oh,
notice how the only units that are really getting Saiyan benches are units that don't buff Saiyan on Z ability.
Yeah. But in their kit, they're specifically buffing Saiyans. The very first unique, if you have a Saiyan as a party member, you're going to get additional buffs. But the Zenkai ability is not even buffing Saiyans, which is a little confusing. But I mean,
I don't know. These devs always gotta throw
They,
some, dumbass curveball into making any kit. Like in the last, like I don't know, 2-3 years, there's never been a point where like I have not walked away from a kit that they made in recent memory where I've been like, okay, this is flawless. I have zero problems with this whatsoever. Either I could literally name a bajillion different like qualms I could possibly have with a kit. It could be like a minor thing or it could be a major thing, but every time in recent memory that a kit has come out, I don't care what's for a Zenkai, a free to play unit, monthly release, whatever the fuck it is, there has always been a problem.
yeah.
Never a single time have we had like just like a universally agreed upon just like flawless release.
Maybe they're doing that on purpose. Maybe they'll want teams to run too cohesively with like other tags to make them extremely oppressive. Like this Goku, and I'm gonna just look at him in like a bare lens instead of if he's not good enough to make the god team or like the top tier teams, then he's complete trash. He's doing a lot of good things. Like he's getting up to 40% damage in flick when he switches out twice. You get the sub count reduction. Unfortunately, it's limited. I think up to 5 times, but sure. Like he gives a card when switching into standby, and then he also has a heal where he heals the team. Unfortunately, you gotta hit the ult, but he can heal the team if the ult lands. Do you feel like they missed the ball with that ult heal? I mean, I feel like he's always had that, right? His ultimate.
No, he has, yeah, but I mean, again, dude, just like it's a thing of where it's nice for let's give it like demographic that this is nice for, right? For the average like top 10K player around that ballpark, this is fine because if you're smart and you don't main GT, why the fuck would you summon on USB? That banner was dog shit, and USB was at the time not at all necessary. Period. So at that point, you're left high and dry going, well, damn, I really don't have a good blue option right now for a lot of my Saiyan comps. And looky here, they just dropped one for this Feetku. So great, it works out. But for like, people who are, like seeking out higher ranks and all this kind of stuff and have either dedicated themselves to want to main GT or went ahead and decided to say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and like maybe invest in this character and see that maybe he'll work out in the next few months. Lo and behold, he sure fucking did. So, that stands to reason that at that point, like, when you have that, like, quintessential, like, linchpin at this point, there's no argument in the planet that Feetku has over USB at that point.
Yeah.
There's none at all.
So unless you summon for USB for investment purposes, similar to like Super Baby 2, then you're kind of stuck with just Zenkais.
Which isn't bad. I mean, Zenkais are meant to be safety nets for people who want to like skip out on monthly releases for the most part, unless like they have really good like banner value or like I don't know, they have like a crazy ass new premium unit on it that like you just gotta have. Like off rip, reading just kit details alone and like just hearing word of mouth, like dude, this guy's nuts. You gotta have him. Like even if the fillers in the banner are like just dog shit, if the new brand spanking new unit is just absolutely cracked out of its mind, or the fillers are really good, in which case Super 17's banner had both. Then at that point, tap in. Otherwise, like again, USB's banner was so bad, and again, USB on release, there really was a need for him. Like there really wasn't. He was not like this necessary character you had to gun for. Unless you are meaning GT, like why would you summon
Well,
for
the thing
him?
with USB was it was very obvious that like, he's gonna be the LF17 of this year, and he is. He's literally proving to be. Like we knew that like we were going to make GT the focus of this year. So if you wanted to main GT, you were going to need to summon for USB. And if they're going to make a core unit for a team, they were going to make him good. And it's kind of obvious how like they'll make a core unit, and that core unit, that unit itself will always be like an answer that exists in the meta. MVP existed, and he like held off UGB from just doing his rush shenanigans. A similar thing with UVB, even though UVB over time was able to just shred through 17. 17 helped Go Frieza with making them and their support cracked as hell. You can already and you can always just look at what's happened this year as a reference point. Look how much Super 17 has terrorized the meta, and USB is like the only offensive and defensive answer to him.
Right. Yeah. Again,
They,
I'm more
they're
so
they're
like
they're
referring.
making the
Yeah.
meta in a way that they want. They're making it so that way they're making it like, okay, yeah, the meta's gonna fuck up everybody, but USB will be in some way, shape, and form part of the answer.
So USB's
Right.
meta Jesus essentially at this point. Like
Oh yeah. Like no, dude. My heart goes out to anyone who does not have USB. Like I.
Hi.
Oof. Well, he's running the problem, so his opinion doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, but no, I mean, like, again, my reference point for this is more so referring to the people who are not as tapped in to like picking up on like these signals of like what they're going to be doing. They're more so just like kind of like viewing as time goes on and seeing like oh, they're dropping this guy, and they don't really have like I guess that preconceived like knowledge beforehand of like notice the pattern of what they did last year where they spammed uni reps and saw how well MVP 17 aged. They're gonna look and see that again it's just a GT Kid Goku and his fillers are got like literally god awful, and they just got done seeing for Fest, so they don't have a lot of CC anyway. They're like,
They just
why
don't
would I
have it
sub on
for him.
this?
On top
Like,
of that, they were literally shitting on his animations and stuff. They were like, "Oh
oh
my
yeah, no,
god,
I
I hate
mean,
this
yeah. To be
Goku."
fair, yeah. To be fair, like, I mean, he is like the first monthly release like post Fest, which is, kind of telling, I guess, in terms of the animation department. So like,
I will say, in his defense, it's literally a scene that did one thing. I'll admit, there's certain parts I don't like. The blue card is meh.
the
I think
Shenron
the
pull up in
girl.
the LF is just,
It
I don't
feels out
know.
of place and rushed. Like,
It's mad lazy.
I don't know. They could have definitely did something better than that
Oh
with.
yeah, they definitely could have. Like, dude, they could have like done like what if y'all have like seen fires and shit, like where I think like for like GT Goku's windscreen, like he just
Not
like
gonna
legit
say like
flies off and like it has like the frame where like he's like resting on Shenron, like he's like just chilling or some shit. That would have been a billion times better than whatever the fuck we got. But whatever.
Well, I think we've got our verdict from how you feel about this Fiku, though. But so, about his overall ranking from 1 to 5, 5 being you got to use him, 1 being don't even bother. What would you rank him?
Two. Only reason why I don't give him a one is because again he just has that like I guess role of being a secondary option for USB people like for people who do not have USB.
Yeah.
That's about it.
But damn, like 2? Like, I feel like two's kind of harsh, though. Like, he's not
I,
terrible.
I'm not saying he's. I would say he's terrible if he was a one, but like he's just there. like, I don't know. I really don't see him shaking things up. But oh
Yeah.
well.
All right, Glow, what about you? Are you going to be the defender of Fiku here?
absolutely fucking yes. So Feetku, I'm a preface it right now. He as a unit, and this is going to be a hot take. This is a hot take. Hot take that's honestly going to be a prediction in my opinion. He is a 3 out of 5 unit with a I want to say 5 out of 5 ceiling.
Hmm. Got to
And
elaborate
the
on that.
reason for this, so my thing with Feetku is this: Strike and Blast, don't care, their ass. Um, Blue card, it's okay. It destroys enemy cards, whatever. Green card, pretty good. He gives himself damage, but he doesn't really care about damage. Ally sub count -2 and cures allies of attribute downgrades and conditions. That's good. The ult, it's a team heal. It's solid, is what it is. The main giving allies 20% damage for 20 counts, -2 to sub counts. Like this Goku is like a sub count machine, right? Already. Like
Mm-hmm.
he has a lot of ways to reduce sub counts. I like that. His Z ability is 35% strike attack and strike defense. 35% is solid. His first unique, the big thing to note is he gives all enemies +1 sub count. Now, we do know there's certain enemies that have people not realizing that like you can switch in, use a strike and like lock somebody in. Um or you can do it and rush because not every unit has sub count reduction if
Mm-hmm.
they're in. Like, sure, do units like that exist? Yes, but not every unit has that. He does okay damage. He does okay tanking. His vanish recovery is like actually a lot. So it's like if you like tap attack him and he doesn't have vanish, like there's a good chance after that tap attack he has it back. 40% damage permanently to allies is and you can't hate on that.
Sure can.
He like gives a card too. When the enemy like tap attacks him, he has the USB effect where he reduces ki, but he also like gives a 20% damage debuff for 20 counts. That is a lot. 20% damage debuff for 20 counts is a lot longer than you think. That can lead to a situation where, oh, say you do like like Super 17, the worst thing he can do is tap attack this Goku because you're putting so many damage buffs on yourself that it's like if a unit catches you, there's a chance you're taking like anywhere between 20 to maybe 60 or 80% damage received. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
His third unique with the enemy heals, it's whatever. Enemy +5 to all arts cost for 5 timer counts. Okay. When he falls below 50% HP, or when the enemy uses a like big move while he's on the field, this happens once. He reduces key by 30 and destroys all cards. When he's hit by like all those other things, the big moves, that's negligible. It's when he falls below 50%, that is actually solid for him to
Yeah.
do. And then his last thing is when the enemy uses like special moves, ults, awaken arts, or rushes. He gives all allies 20% health restore for 3 timer counts, 30% to special move, ultimate, and awaken arts for 3 timer, -30% to special move, ult, and awaken arts power for 3 timer counts. He cancels enemy out attribute upgrades. I am willing to almost guarantee. He was specifically given that stuff because Saiyans is going to get access to a unit that is going to heavily benefit on health restore when the enemy rushes. I can almost guarantee it.
Do you
I'm not even lying to you.
do you foresee
Like
that unit
say they
also
do
having endurance
like say
too?
oh yeah. Like say a unit say he's in, right? And in your back you have a unit that one gains HP either one gains HP when they come in, two gains HP when hit, or gains HP when facing enemy or whatever. Just co- at some point, them coming in or by taking that ult will give them HP. And Goku's gonna benefit them there. Attribute downgrades, cool, whatever. That gets rid of damage buffs, not nullify endurance, not cover null. That gets rid of damage buffs, and it's a power debuff. That is going to let anybody that comes in eat that hit. That's solid. When he dies, 30% allies key recovery. That's okay. Reduce enemy key by 50 and kills Dragon Ball by 1. Death buffs are okay. Because at this point, he's already giving you 40% permanent damage. I've seen it may be early game, early season. One team I've been seeing people run is there's two teams. The one I've seen is it is this Goku, it's Feetku, BG, and UI. It's honestly solid. A lot of damage that people can give. I don't hate it. I think it's like I think it was like a solid team because I'm looking at it. I'm like, it's solid team, good damage. Another team people used was Feetku, BG, and I forget who the fourth one was. I think it was maybe Gohan. You could see that Feetku was doing like solid stuff. Mind you, like the thing I'm realizing is that it's starting to like they're they don't want a situation like USB where Super 17 was like the main blue for like what was it like two whole teams and it was like undisputed
Mm-hmm.
two whole teams. He was undisputed blue and he low key still is. There it seems like they're trying to make it in a situation that like 'cause mind you, USB support is really locked to GT, like his damage support. This
Yeah.
Goku isn't. So if they already have BG as like their indestructible, if Saiyans gets a new revival or new endurance and like they're not blue, I think this Fiku could do really, really well.
Mm.
Mind you, this is all working off a hypothetical that assumes the devs have any sort of common sense, which I'll tell you right now, we don't really have faith in that. But I'm
Yeah.
saying it's a possibility.
I mean, it's a coin toss at this point for sure. And you did make a really good point where they could lean towards having their prime unit for this campaign have like revival or endurance. This would kind of help and lean in towards the power down when popping a rush and also the health restoration as well. Similar to kind of how Jiren's unique plat works, where if somebody pops like a rush or something, then they gain like all these buffs and heals and stuff. So I can see a play off that if they decide to create a unit that can utilize that. I mean, maybe the team that they're trying to work towards is this support Fiku, 8 Vegeta, and then whatever the new unit is going to be, which I'm guessing is probably going to be a yellow. Just playing off of how co-op is leaning towards. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's going to be like a green or a yellow coming in next season or next week?
I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean, we all know there's three options for LFs right now. Everyone knows what the three. Well, actually, there's four options. I take it back. There's four options for an LF. Tesla knows what those four are, and all four have a likely chance.
yeah. I mean, for me personally, based off the fact that like we got obviously Fuku having a like blue Saiyan Saga Zenkai buffer, I do think that we're probably gonna start off with like a blue Saiyan Saga LF for next week.
Mm-hmm.
So who that could be? I mean, there's three options I would say if they want to go that route.
Three.
I'm
Who are you
hold on,
eliminating?
hold on. So for three, I would say that we're probably looking at a revival Nappa into Vegeta.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Two is going to be a tag Goku and Piccolo. And three would just be LF times 4 Kaioken Goku. Now, a standalone, like, LF Vegeta, I don't really see happening. I think he fits far better as an Ultra, me personally. But I think that for that time slot specifically, on God, dude, it's probably a 50-50 between, like, Goku and Piccolo and LF like times 4 Kaioken.
Shame
I
on you
don't
for
really.
not saying the fourth option.
I was gonna say,
Stop being a coward.
what about the
What was the fourth
revival
option?
Goku into Krillin?
Goku to
Yes,
Krillin.
sir. So, all right, boom. This is big brain time. It's the Goresh theory. Goresh pointed this out too. In the trailer, they showed every single fight from the Saiyan saga except the Spirit Bomb moment. They literally cut it off right when Yajirobe slices Vegeta, and
Mm-hmm.
that's it. Because right after that is the Spirit Bomb. I'm telling you right now, my money my money's on this. There'll be 2 LFs this campaign. We're getting a double LF this campaign. That is my money. Not 2 Ultras, 2 LFs. That's my money. My money is on Vegeta and Nappa, Revival Nappa to Vegeta, and a tag Goku and Krillin, and the Krillin Goku goes into standby.
Yeah,
Or
I
it's a
don't know.
revival Goku to Krillin.
I
But
wouldn't
Yeah,
think
it
I
it
would
would.
is
prefer the
it's
second one to be
very
honest.
I wouldn't think it
one
would
of
be
the two,
Goku
but
and
it's
Krillin.
still that scene. It's still that scene is coming.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
if
yeah. No,
anything, though,
I honestly,
fusion-
yeah. I like
it-
forgot
yeah.
that Goresh even covered that. Honestly, I won't even lie to you. That's the reason why. Like, I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" Like
It's
fourth
like I don't
option?
remember
Like
this
What?
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
if
No, no, no,
anything,
no.
it's
like
probably gonna
I'm
be a
looking at it
Gohan
like
and Krillin.
the fusion spirit bomb, aka the Saiyan Saga Spirit Bomb. Like
Oh, that's
that's
what
a
it's called.
scene that yeah,
I didn't even know that.
like that's the name. I always knew it as growing up because that was like the official name for it.
Oh,
And I always thought like, why did that one go called fusion? But apparently it's because like it's Goku and Krillin's energy.
yeah. I guess so. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like for me, in terms of where I sit with it, like I'll be so real with you, dude. I'm spoiling this big time because like I want to save your anniversary so bad, but like
If
I've
it's the
been wanting a
Kaioken.
like God, I want an LF Kaioken so bad, man. Just why are we picking now? Seriously, like this is like the
I think
literal
Kaioken's
worst
the
time
ultra.
ever. God didn't no, it's
If
not.
there's an
Stop
ultra,
talking.
he's
Stop
if
talking, bro.
there's an ultra, I think the ultra will be Kaioken.
All that yeah, for nothing. It ain't gonna be that, bro. No way. Vegeta for sure. Oh my
Just so he could
God,
be bad?
no.
Come on now.
Yes, dude, let's go. Actually, no, it's not post Namek Vegeta, so it's not gonna be bad. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah, but
okay.
hey, keep it real. But no,
Hey, Bubos.
I mean, that's post Namek. They're awful.
Mm. Op still made a really good point though. What about a tag Krillin and Gohan?
It would be Krillin and Gohan instead because it was them fighting against Vegeta. Goku was just laying on the ground because he just couldn't move.
I mean, the issue with that, they weren't really like a
I mean,
tag team,
he was
so
They
Goku
weren't.
was doing shit while he was gathering the energy. It was when they were trying to launch it that's like
No,
Goku
no,
was like,
he had already gathered the energy. He accidentally used half of it when he tried to launch it against Great Ape Vegeta, and then he gave
yeah.
the
That's
rest
why
of
I'm
the energy
saying
to
like
Krillin.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think the unit is going to cover from that moment of Goku charging the energy to getting it. Because if it's a revival, I'm imagining it's like a Pycon situation where you would have a timed gauge that fills up, and once the gauge fills up, you then like the revival animation is Goku passing the energy off to Krillin. Krillin got his own move set and all that stuff, and depending on how much of a gauge you have, certain parts of like Krillin's kit get enhanced.
You know what? Both of those ideas are great, but here's what I'm seeing now, and thanks to Opso for bringing this up. A Goku revive into a Krillin Gohan assist. And the LF would be when you use the blue card, and if he's low health or doesn't have any health left, then the unit dodges that, and then Gohan reflects the spirit bomb back at the enemy unit, and that what cues up the LF animation.
Are we just forgetting about standby units?
That's what I'm
Bro,
saying. Either the problem with it being a standby is that making a standby makes it feel like it needs to be a tag unit.
yeah, I mean, for me, in
And the
terms of how
tag doesn't
I'd want it,
necessarily
like, I don't really see it being like with Krillin leading because he was the one trying to lock
Yeah.
on to Vegeta during the entire thing, and like Goku was fucking quadriplegic, like bro was not getting up. So, like, what I can honestly see happening is that it'll probably be a situation where it is just times 4 off rip for the initial unit. Then you have a revive into Goku dabbing up Krillin for the energy and giving it to him and transferring it like that. Krillin then transfers to being on standby with a like slow like tick gauge, like how like Pikkon Gogeta's works prior to them reviving, and then you have to stall with Gohan. So essentially, what happens is they kind of become like the Budo again, where like when they activate that like transcendent Kamehameha mode, where like Gohan has to stall to like actually give Krillin the amount of time he needs to like get the energy ready to go to like chuck at the enemy, and it's like I don't care who it is, it's a guaranteed nuke, straight up. Like someone's down, straight up, and he can have the same mechanics that like maybe like Vegeta did back then, but actually make them like better because it's been a year. And like where obviously he has like the blocking green card and shit. Maybe more like offensive stuff as well because he was getting his licks in on Vegeta if I recall correctly. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that could actually be pretty interesting to do that where he's kind of like offensively and defensively pretty like capable at least when he's in that state. But once he has the full energy like collected and shit, he's able to like chuck that shit and then it's guaranteed to hit once Gohan bounces back and yada yada yada. So yeah.
Well, we've got some really good ideas on what this could be. Hopefully, they are on point with its animations for whatever this unit is going to be. Either it's going to be, the ×4 Kaioken Goku, or maybe we'll get like another LF Vegeta. I don't foresee that happening because 8 Vegeta can still be used today. They may just give him a unique equip and that will kind of bring him up there. But we just got like purple UIs, which will kind of lead into that segment next. But beforehand, Glow, out of the usefulness of this Feetku, 1 to 5, 5 being, yeah, you got to run them, and 1 being just put them in the bench, what would you rank them as?
I'm like a 3.
Okay, that's
3
pretty
with
solid.
potential to be a 5. 3 with a potential being 5 based on whatever the devs drop.
Gotcha. Which makes perfect sense. And then as for me, I mean, again, this unit seems well, like the stats seems great for a support unit. It's doing a lot of good support capabilities. I wish it had more power down on, blue cards and ultimates. And I wish there was like some kind of manipulation to the sub count when they pop a rush, similar to what the other units that are doing it in today's standards. But hey, maybe we'll get something that's going to like further play off that. Like if they're in standby, reduce their sub count by 5 or something to quickly bring them in and eat the rush, plus the health restoration. Like all that could really take into account. But overall, I would say about a 3 as well. I'm not going to put my hopes up and say a potential 5 ceiling because they might just come up with other 1% sparkings to completely make this Feetku bench. But again, we'll see what happens. Now on to the next meta conversation, which is the Purple Omen UI equip. I'm going to finish this right now. We'll start off with you, Obsto. What impact has this equip made on the meta?
I've seen more purple UIs. That's it. Did nothing else. All I've seen is like a little bit extra purple UI. That's it.
Just a little extra grape.
It does nothing else. It just brought him back just for a moment for people to test him out. Other than that, it did nothing.
Wow. And just for the listeners, if you want to get a good view of what this equip is really doing, it's giving about 35% base strike, base blast. It's getting about 30% key recovery. He's getting 15% base health, which is nice. 30% to both defenses. And then for the last slot equip, he gets 20 key when he enters the battlefield. And then they buff his green card where it restores 30 key, cancels downgrades, and then you get 3 cards if you have 3 or fewer. But it only happens twice. And if your hand is full when you pop the green count, that shit counts. So late game, he's the same guy. Early game, yeah, if he catches you with the green card, he'll be able to hit combo here or there. But outside of that, just run a pure plat equip or a pure equip. You'll probably get more value out of that in my personal opinion. But we'll hand it off to you, Desla. What do you think of this plat equipment? Do you think this is exactly what this UI needed?
I'm gonna be real with you. This is gonna echo what Koresh said pretty much. If you waste your ratios on this, there's no helping you. Just straight up. Like, it's a literal waste of time.
Yeah, because these equips are really hard to even get to the role you want anyways. So
Yep.
Why even bother with this? And this is how you start off the 100 like user celebration by
I feel so appreciated.
Yeah, like thanks, man. We really needed another universe reps buff. Maybe they were scared of just having like a full team of UIs being hella passive. Maybe that's why they gimped his equipment.
I guess. I don't know.
Man, that's wild. But as for his overall value, does it increase? Does it do nothing?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I've seen clips where he actually like performs worse than he did a year ago,
Oh
just straight
no.
up. And I think the most prominent example was when he wasn't able to like one shot a like Zenkai Green Broly with his ultimate.
Oh, I saw that too.
I just was like, I, I couldn't even like really muster up any kind of like reaction. I was just like, okay, man, like whatever. I don't know what to tell you. Like, dude, you could literally have devoted that dev time that was wasting that equip into something way more beneficial. But oh well.
Damn. What a waste. What a waste of time. But
Exactly.
what about you, Glow? How you feel about this new plat equip?
I'm not gonna lie, that shit is ass.
Like straight
That
trash?
shit is ass. I'm telling you right now. I think this equip is bug because I'm seeing him do worse damage than he's ever done.
Yep.
Like
Wow.
I'm telling you right now, UI might be the first unit to get a plat, and his plat isn't even optimal.
Like usually plats are must run, but
This
this
nigga,
one,
this nigga's dog shit. I'm being so serious with you. This shit is fucking ass. Essentially, the reason why this equip is so like dookie, so booty juice ass, is that there is no semblance of damage. There is no semblance of defense. Like 30% offense and defense of just base stats. My nigga, that's not even a Zenkai buff.
not even
That's not
base,
even a Zenkai buff. He doesn't have any like pure damage inflicted. What does he get?
base.
A hand reload twice. He's just a little bit more key. That does not give him what he needed. UI needed, like, realistically, all UI actually needed, like, the cards and key shit is good, sure. He just needed stats. You gave him none of that. Like, bro, I'm telling you right now, like, this might be like the worst LF plat. Because at least when Yellow Frieza got his LF plat, he was actually like doing shit at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that came
Like,
out during like peak LOE, right?
yeah, Peak LOE, unnecessary ass plat. The devs are dumbasses for dropping a plat there. Like, I'm gonna be so honest with you. There was no reason to give him the plat. Y'all just did it to do it. Bro, it's so bro. CMZ's plat is better than his plat.
Yup.
CMZ
20%
got
damage
zero play
inflict.
with his plat.
Like,
Bro,
come on.
CMZ got 20% damage inflicted. He got 2 instances of like health restore when he's low. He got 15% HP, 45% to both offenses. Like CMZ at least got shit. Like I'm telling you, bro. I just for reference, right? Just for reference, there are normal plats that have similar base stats to this UI equip. It
Mm-hmm.
is that bad.
So
Like
why even run
like
it?
it, bro. It's to the point where you can't say shit, but like it's just tragic.
Actually, pretty bad. Like the legendary Super Saiyan plat, that's for Saga from the movies and Super Saiyans, gives 20% damage
No, it's
inflicted, and that's not even like a pure
that's
unique.
for that's that one. That equip is for Sagas for the movies and Super Saiyans, and it's specifically for the full thing is locked to PO.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Broly.
only one character that gets it. Yeah, it's just Broly.
But like,
It's
like
like, bro,
the universe rep equip seems to be better than that equip with its base stats that it's giving. Like,
Dragon Fist Plat actually made him a solid unit for the time when it happened. He was
yeah.
like, it actually fixed one of his biggest flaws.
I mean,
Oh,
we
two of
can
his biggest flaws.
we can go even further back. The God Vegeta, the Green Future one, his unique equip is even better than that, giving
Because
pure
his shit
stats.
actually gives him like 18% pure, 15% to special move and ult, 20% to both defenses. It was like for the time it came out, it was a good plat.
But even for the time when that dropped, we're in 2024. This is a unique equipment for this Goku, and I feel like that
Plat.
equipment was better than this.
Yeah, for the time they dropped, absolutely. It's like you just look at this Goku and you could tell that like I'm gonna be honest with the devs. If this is your idea of a celebration, pack it up. I'd rather like at this point just give us a dry month because this is that bad. I'm being so serious with you. Like you would have got less backlash if you brought out proud mode again over this bullshit.
I
Yeah.
think they would have gotten more backlash. Everyone universally hated Proud Mode, but a plat like people are
See,
just gonna forget
the
about.
difference is that proud mode we would have just been disappointed regardless. You hyped us up with this UI getting a plat, and then disappointed us. That's worse to me.
And then everyone's gonna forget about it in a week. Don't worry.
Oh no, they are forever gonna hold them because of this, because this essentially means that like any LF that's a Zenkai right now that doesn't have a plat, yeah, you're fucked. You're fucked, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to tell you anywhere else.
There's no hope. Literally no hope. So I think we're all in agreement though. This unique plat equipment is very bad. They should have just not come out with this at all, and maybe start off with another unit that could have utilized the plat equipment. But this, and we've seen more UIs because of this equip being created, but that's because they're just trying it out. Next week, it's going to go back to normal all over again. And probably even worse, they might not even run this equip at all because you're potentially losing damage from running other equipments too. So I don't know.
Lie. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. With a bean, right? The devs are straight up better up just admitting they were wrong and just giving this plat an awakening.
They should have.
This shit is ass. And not only and the worst part is they hyped it up like it's a purple. We knew we needed more purples to kill off Gohan.
I don't know what to call him. Maybe they think he was doing enough as is, but either way, I mean, this is what we got, and I'm super excited to see what this 100 users celebration is going to bring. So I guess we'll see whatever the devs are going to.
Robberies, I'll tell you that.
Hey, they dropped the new CC sale. They say, hey, spend some more cash and load up for our account.
That shit's not even better than the month. That shit ain't even better than the monthly sales we get already.
But what about the cores?
You literally get 800 more CC for the same amount of money.
That is true. I'm glad somebody called it out. You get an additional 800
I
more.
saw it and I was, if it had more CC than the normal monthly packs, of course, I would have 100% bought them. I'm looking at this like, yo, y'all must think I'm stupid.
They say it's worth it because you get the arts cores. That's an easy 99. All you gotta do is use one.
If you buy an arts course, listen, if like this is to every listener, right? If you buy an arts course, go seek help for your addiction.
But it's pay to win.
Professional help. There is no reason to spend money on arts course.
They want that pay to win though. They said they don't got time to get all of the arts cores and play by chance. They want that 100%
They
rate.
don't got 5 minutes. They don't got 5 minutes to go collect some arts cores.
They're on the go.
God, I'd be sick as hell.
Oh man, they got 5 minutes before class start. They got to make sure they can the arts boost them before the break is over. Who knows? On a serious note, for listeners, if you have the cash to go for it, probably still should wait, because at this moment, they're gonna drop bangers as we start getting closer to the 6th anniversary. We're already in April. After this campaign, they're going to start doing the countdown at the end of May. That's when everything's about to be crazy in the game. So if you could just hold out and save. Don't spend no money, even though they're giving you the guaranteed arts boost. It's honestly not worth it. So take it with a grain of salt. But if you feel like it's great value and you got the cash to blow, there's $120 by all means. I'll use that at a later date. But that is it for our meta talks related to the new equipment. I believe we also got another Awaken equipment in game, actually. Let me take a look here. That's the Let Me Go, little brother.
Blast. Yeah, it's essentially pure blast for Saiyan Saga.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes people think the new LF that's coming is blast based.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. But what other units can use this that are blast based? Let's filter out Saiyan Saga and see who is a blast based unit. So Feetku's to support, based on how the stat spread is, it looks like Feetku's kind of spread towards strike more than blast. What other blast units?
The only ones I can think of are like Yellow Piccolo, LF Piccolo, Green Raditz, and that's it.
And what about the old school Vegeta, Scouter, the purple one?
Him too, but he's the problem is Saiyan Saga as a tag is their best unit is Feetku. So everybody else is at this point it's negligible to even think. I mean, there's also the green revival Gohan, Piccolo.
Yep.
He is range. If he gets a Zenkai, sure, and if he's not bad, sure. That all hinges on not being bad.
Yeah. Which, I mean, they might they might do him well. You saw what happened with the revival cell. So, this could create more terror with. And what if he buffs green hybrids?
Oh, then he's perfect bench for Ultra Gohan.
Or matter of fact, Green Sun Family. Because looking at his Z ability, he buffs Saiyan Saga, Sun Family, and Regen. So that could definitely be a possibility where Gohan would have a Prime Zenkai buffer, and that could possibly even move him up, since now he'll have an actual bench that the team can utilize. But I think with the range, they may start moving in that direction, because the new Raditz, he's range. With this new Awaken equip, that's going to be range. So maybe the team is going to be, this Raditz, the new whatever unit is, and then this green Gohan Piccolo assist. That could possibly be a team that they're going to run with. So I mean, there's chances, right, on how it's going to turn out. But that is it for the meta talks there. So on to Dragon Ball related news. Xenoverse 2 is going to be coming up with some additional DLC. They're adding Android 18 and also Videl. It looks like it's Videl from the superhero movie based on her outfit, or from Dragon Ball Super. So there's things to look out for that. But outside of that, there's not much news in the Dragon Ball space of any new topics or any related updates. So that concludes our weekly episode. So again, if you guys haven't followed us on social media yet, you can follow us on Twitter. You can also follow Glow on his Twitch account. He streams from time to time weekly, so by all means jump on that. We also have our own Discord, which we do monthly tournaments, which should be hosting pretty soon. So definitely follow the social media accounts for updates on that. But outside of that, that is it for the episode. Until then, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week.